Okay, it's not much to talk about when it comes to this last episode of Baddies. It was one of the worst episodes ever, like out of all the seasons of Baddies, besides the first season, because I didn't see that one. And I won't go back and look at that one because it just looks generic and low budget. But yeah, it's definitely giving out of all the Baddie seasons that I've seen. That was the worst episode out of all the Baddie seasons. Like, that was one of the most boring episodes I've ever seen in my life of anything. What was that? They were just sitting around the campfire the whole time. And I get tired of them prolonging arguments or just conversations. Like, why is Tommie and Rolly and Tommie and Akbar still going on and on and on and on? Like, y'all literally have nothing else to depict. That's why y'all always dragging out these long-winded conversations. Oh my gosh, they be so boring. And like, why can't you have a better comeback, Tommie, than, this is too corny. You know, words are powerful. Like, maybe if your replies are more powerful, you'll shut the fucking shit down. Like, Akbar, shut the fuck up talking to me. Our situation was years ago. Let's just let it go because I'm letting it go. Move on, sit down, be at peace, and be quiet. Like, what's with all the nonchalant, low vibrational, weak ass replies that isn't gonna rebuke and stop anything? It's just gonna allow the next person to keep going. This is too corny. That ain't good enough. Can you shut the situation down? Cause my gosh, the shit, it's not about it being corny. It's just boring as shit. Like, y'all talking about nothing. Anyways, when it comes to Pretty P, let's stop making excuses for her at this point. We were all on her side and I was on her side as well. But like I always say, patience is a high vibration that leads to real understanding. When you use patience, then you get the true outcome. And Pretty P ass should have never went spilling the beans. We all were thinking that Pretty P was being asked. See how we just make assumptions in our minds as human beings? Come on. Let's stop acting like we're perfect. And just because we're doing reviews, let's stop acting like we don't have no imperfect ways. So you see how we make up things according to how people relay it? And we be knowing half truths. We were sitting back thinking that Pretty P was asked, was anybody talking about me? And she just replied, yes, so-and-so and so-and-so were. But Emma asked her exactly what was being said, and Pretty P gonna say, oh, yeah, they were talking about you. They called you ugly. Like, girl, grow up. This is a lesson for Pretty P to learn. What you should have told Emma was that if you want to know what's being said about you specifically, or if anybody is talking behind your back at all, then you need to go DM the girls, or if you have their numbers, then you need to hit them up and ask them, because it has nothing to do with me. It was childish for Pretty P to specifically tell her, oh, they called you ugly. Like, wait, I'll be like, bitch, why are you even asking me this? Because it don't have nothing to do with me. I didn't say nothing about you. It didn't come from my mouth. So if you want to know what was said, then ask from the horse's mouth and don't put me in your drama. Let's not take up for Pretty P, because still, Gumby, who was wearing a green the last episode, Dolly Scissorhands, I don't like her. And no, she didn't have to get that upset by it to the point of them fighting. But Pretty P was still wrong. Like, girl, grow up, stop being a little girl, and just because somebody asks you something don't mean you have to give them a full response. It doesn't mean that you actually have to answer them specifically according to what they asked you. You could have just said, well, ask them if you really want to know. Don't put me in your drama. You know, not being a punk or none of that. Just being a mature adult who does things with wisdom and who does things thoroughly. And if you really want to know, then go ask them. And if Pretty P really was real and really was strong-minded and hard, then she would have told Emma, girl, don't even worry about what people are saying about you, because people going to talk behind your back all the time and for the rest of your life. That's just the way life is. So just be confident in you and don't worry about it. You're not around them, and even if you were, so what? So let's stop taking up for Pretty P. Because what she did was also weak, right along with Dolly Scissorhands. So cut it out and let's not make excuses for people immaturity and weak will. Okay, I'm going to just go down the line. Tommie, I have no feelings towards her. She's superficial and of the world, and she thinks materialistic things make her who she is. Next, Akbar is the same for her, like all these women. Wanting to talk up her face card and her rap skills like that means something. Girl, bye. It's all getting buried with you in the ground one day. No feelings towards her. Tinka. I see a lot of people in the comments saying they don't like her. I guess it's understandable. I don't have no feelings for Tinka either. I don't know. She just doesn't move me. Like, I just don't care. But calling Akbar a punk because she ran from what she thought was a real gun, like, what are you talking about? She was standing behind Tommie, for one. What is she supposed to do? Wait for Tommie to turn around and shoot her? Or is she supposed to run in front of the gun and make herself get shot? Like, girl, shut up. I'm so sick of these average, everyday females acting like they're a part of the cartel. Like, they just some hardcore thugs. Like, y'all are basic people who are on a show, and that's that. Like, we're real human beings. We're not here to be thugs. We're here to be children of God. For real, for real. Like, didn't God create us? Why are y'all simpletons not getting that? Oh, okay. Because y'all are worldly people who live for the earth. Anyways, moving on. Scotty, you were the only one that paid attention to the bunny and noticed that it had a slit in it, and it was something up with that bunny that Tommie was holding a BB gun in. We need more of that, Scotty. We need more of that high vibrational way about you. You're empathic. You're more high vibrational than these other girls. You can't completely tap into your high vibration because you're on this show, allowing the other girls' low vibrations to lead you. Still drinking and getting drunk, which is a low vibration, putting toxins in your body. Something that God says not to do in his word. That's not what we're here for. We're not here to be getting wasted. So like, we need more of that, Scotty. You know, the one with vigilance, the one who takes more of the leadership role instead of just being Scotty with the body and being nothing but thick thighs and ass. Furthermore, Rolly act like her crap don't stink. She has a very negative attitude that she tries to mask for positive when she has her little positive moments, like accepting Biggie back, and when they're taking pictures in front of the private jet, she's like, come on, Biggie. Like, she tries to use little situations like that to make her seem like she's a positive person, and she's nothing of the sort. She's low vibrational. She's ghetto. She has a ratchet attitude, and most of us don't like her, and she shows us exactly why we don't. Who else? Don't like Dolly, another girl with attitude that never corrects herself and acts like she's perfect. Summer, I'm just really tired of her ignorant, ghetto, basic-minded ratchetness. Talking about somebody's dead father when your parents are dead as well. Who else do we have? I'm sick of all these girls. None of them are really giving. Jaden, non-factor, you're boring as hell. You have no personality. Besides Blueface being your baby daddy. That's your personality. Like, whew, if it wasn't for him, girl, like, my gosh, nobody would care because you don't know your true higher self, and you lower your vibrations even more by being a lesbian. Okay. It's another one that wants to be accepted by the world and is moving like the earth does instead of moving like you should, as Christ would want you to. Who else? Anna, Biggie, don't care. Always will like Jayla. Just balance your energy out more, Jayla, because you are starting to come across a little bit too preachy and like long-winded. Like when Tommie had pulled out the BB gun, here she go talking about, no, with the way gun violence is in America. Okay, Jayla, it's starting to give 65-year-old grandma. Like, we get it. You're mature, you're expressive. It's just cut it a little bit. Like, calm it down a little bit, sis. Who else? I really don't care. That's this Baddie's review. Yeah. Like, comment, subscribe.